Hey everyone, we're back. So part two. It's been about 2 beers or an hour, whatever that equals. So about an hour actually, just joking. So I'm going to show you this in just a second, but I really want to say is for everybody out there going, oh my gosh, this takes so much time and I don't have time to make this after work. You do have time to make it after work. I'm going to tell you right now a really quick way to make this dish, and your family will think it took hours to make. So what you want to do is you want to take your flour, you want to put your oil in your pan, and you probably want to use a little bit more oil, maybe like 3 tablespoons of oil. And you want to put your flour or your whatever you're using, you know, I gave you the substitutions before, and make a roux. Make a roux out of it. And then add some water to that and make it creamy and thick, and just keep, mix it up till you have a thick sauce. Add your crushed tomatoes to that, add your garlic, and then add your, so you got crushed tomatoes, you got your garlic, and then you want to also go ahead and add your chilies to that as well. Get it all mixed up. In another pan, you'll just want to have your pork cooked. Just cook your pork with salt, obviously. Once you have that done, combine the two, mix it up, it's thick, voila, you have chili verde. So I'm going to show you what this looks like now, and then I'm going to show you the final step that I add that makes it really good. So here's our finished portion. As you can see, the tomatoes are broken up. We've got a nice, creamy, thick sauce. Lots of pork in there. Everything looks really good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this, just leave this here, and I have some cilantro.
Is it done?
Now, when I buy cilantro, I bring it home. I rinse it with really cold water, and then I set it on a paper towel, and I let it dry out. Not dry out, but drip dry. Then I roll it up in that paper towel and I put it in a Ziploc bag. It's gonna make your cilantro last a lot longer, because we all know that, sometimes it goes bad really fast. So I have quite a bit of cilantro here. I have 2 bunches, one's really big, one's kind of small. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this smaller one, because we're doing a smaller pot of chili verde than we would normally do. And I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna set it aside here, and I'm gonna take the wrapper off of the smaller one, the little wire, and I've already washed it and it's cleaned. I'm gonna bring it over here. I'm gonna take all of my ends and I'm gonna chop it off. Chop off the ends, okay? Now, these ends are really good and they're edible. A lot of people just pick off the leaves and throw it away. Nope, don't do that. I'm gonna take probably half, and I'm gonna save these leaves for another time, maybe for a really good sandwich or another dish that I'm gonna make. So I'm gonna chop these right here, and I'm gonna take this, and I have my little magic bullet, and I have water in there, just an inch or so of water, and I'm gonna put in the cilantro. I like cilantro, so maybe I'll get a little bit more. But we're gonna put the cilantro in there. We're just gonna pack it in there really good. We're gonna put this blade on here. This is gonna be noisy, but you gotta do this fresh, because it'll actually turn brown if it sits too long. So shake it up, and put it on your magic bullet, and start shaking it. Take it off, shake it up. Let's get it nice and incorporated. Now, if you don't have a magic bullet, you could do this in a blender. Okay, so we've got a nice creamy sauce. I'm gonna shake the sides, get everything down there, and do it one more time. Okay, so we've got a nice sauce. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna turn my heat up, and I'm gonna incorporate this right here, right into the sauce, right into this mixture. And see how that turns out a nice green color? Now, if you don't like cilantro, don't worry too much about that because it's not gonna be overpowering at all. This is not gonna taste like cilantro. It's not gonna be an overpowered cilantro dish, I promise you. Mix it up. Incorporate it in. As you can see, get a nice green color. And not only that, it has a really good flavor. So it makes it all just really good. So we're gonna get that in here and just stir, stir, stir. Now, when you do your chili verde, if you don't want to use tomatoes and you want to make it chili verde, like, you know, you can use tomatillos in this instead of tomatoes. And that'll make it just, that's really good too. And I use those. However, I don't freeze those in anything. I always use them fresh. So we grow them in our garden and then I'll make it out of those. But the go-to is the tomatoes. So we've got it boiling now. We're just gonna turn it way down. And if you look, take a look in there. Look at that. Doesn't that just look beautiful? Now I'm just gonna taste it again. Like I said before, you only add the salt at the beginning. If you want to add more salt, you can add more salt. Now, just so everybody knows, I have my tasting spoons over here. I line them up, they're all clean. And so we're just gonna use one of the tasting spoons. I'm just gonna dip in here. I just want to taste the sauce and make sure everything does taste good. In the, rare case that I need salt, this is when I would add it. And of course, no salt needed. Tastes great. So what we're gonna do now is it's ready to serve. So we're gonna turn this off. I'm gonna bring it over here to my counter. And I have a tortilla sitting here. Now I have homemade black bean, refried beans, which I'm gonna post on my wall tomorrow and you'll be able to see how those are made. Really lovely. What I like to do, put a little row of black beans in there. I made rice. Anybody can make rice. I'm not gonna make a video unless you really need me to make a video for rice. I mean, it's rice. So we'll take a scoop of rice. We're gonna put the rice in here. Now, like I said in my previous videos, I love white onions. So I'm gonna throw a few white onions in here. We're gonna do it on the top too. Now, I have a little ladle. And what I like to do in the middle is just like put a few pieces of meat and a little bit of juice of the gravy. Put it in there. Then we're gonna roll this up. Make a burrito out of it, roll it up. Now we're gonna take this and we're just gonna cover the top with all that goodness. Get you some nice meat and some tomatoes, everything really good. And just make it really nice. You got a really good presentation. And then we're gonna cover it with cheese because everybody loves cheese. And then we're gonna sprinkle some of the white onion over it, which is really good. And then I have some sour cream. You can use Greek yogurt or sour cream, whatever you prefer. I like Greek yogurt, I used it the other day, but actually I'm out of Greek yogurt, so I have sour cream. So We're just gonna put a little bit of sour cream on top. And then for a nice garnish, I've sliced some avocado. We're just gonna fan some avocado over the top of that. And voila, you have your smothered chili verde burrito. And obviously you've heard Grandma in the background because she can't wait to taste it. So we're gonna give the honors to Grandma.
Okay.
And she's all ready.
Yes, I'm ready.
And she's gonna take a taste of that and just let you know what it tastes like.
Okay, here I go.
Okay.
I'm gonna get me some meat.
Okay.
Whoop. And try it.
How is that, Grandma?
It's spicy.
Is it good?
It's good.
Do you like it?
I like it.
Yep, it's your favorite dish, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. All right, everyone. So that's it. That's how you make chili verde. That is my take on chili verde. Everybody has their own. You can't do it wrong, but this is the way I love it. So until next time, we'll see you later.